Hello guys, welcome back to another video. J King here for part 3 of the February edition of the Road to Rank 1, and we have done a lot of games since the last video. As you see, I'm currently sitting at 2915. Shot up to 2800, 2840 was I think around my peak with US midrange, but then losses started to come, kept getting unlucky, and matchups, the meta started to shift against it. And then I heard that Birdo had shot up to 2840, which was third place at the time. A couple people have played a little bit since then. So I decided to switch to air, and it was a very rough start at first, but since then I've been doing quite well. And I believe, let me check, my peak is 2924, so we're a little under that. I did lose to discard, but yeah, we're in pretty safe range for top 6 now, and air seems to be working, so I might push for rank 1. So with that, let's get into the games.
What a performance there by J King.
J King, full plot armor.
J King is pushing himself into the ranks of the legend.
J King is our world champion! J King 7! What? The back-to-back KARDS world champion!
Alright, fast queue. Yakaki. So, Britain, he's got the 350 Brit card back, so there's a pretty good chance that it's air. I think I'm just going to keep Gladiator and look for air subs. That's a rough hand. White Khaki passes on 1. Honey on 2. Okay, well, that makes this turn much easier. There was a consideration of playing Albacore, and then just casting to take out the honey, because like maybe it's commandos and air subs more important. Maybe it's Britain, France, and I want the air subs for like a Potez potentially. The reason I'm committing the Albacore here is because I do have the Cass, so if he does just play supply shortage, we're going to get a ton of damage through. There's an argument for just using air sub holding back Albacore, because like maybe he plays like a C4th, but with 2 of these cards being bombers, and getting the bomber on the board to just push face for 6, we're not going to overcommit into a potential supply shortage. Still have no idea what this guy could be playing like 10 different decks. That's annoying. So I could just go like full tempo, do Sonya, Cass, attack, and I'm kind of leaning towards that. I could Aichi rather than Sonya, but I like the Sonya because the Sexton's in hand, and there's a decent amount of pin in the deck. And again, I still have no idea what this guy's playing. Like, the RAF certainly narrows it down. Might be like a Britain-Japan control. Probably, well, definitely not commandos if it's RAF. It could still be Britain-France. Some people run RAF and Britain-France third commandos. Okay, that suggests potentially discards. Honey is not the most popular card ever in discard. Kind of is scared to play Aichi in case he has like double supply shortage, and passing makes it look like I have Ultra potentially, and if it is discard, higher chance I can just play Lend-Lease. Please don't discard the Lend-Lease. Okay, that's just lethal. Well, we figured out what his deck was in the end. That game went significantly better than the last Brit-German discard that I played. I was not recording for that one. That was the second last game before I started recording again. This one pretty good. +7 actually. There seems to be a lot of people on like right now who are quite well. I mean, everyone in Europe, maybe Europe's starting to wake up, but I think it's probably like peak hours right now for Asia. 4752 Germany. Definitely have not played this guy before. Okay. I like keeping an air sub against Germany because you never know if it's going to be Heinz or CA. Keeping Gladiator. I like the Swordfish. HMS, not as great into Germany as other nations. I still think I'm going to keep it. Okay, Convoy's a good card to get back. Cass would also have been a fine card to get. Swordfish is a little weak if he is control and starts with like an errato. Can get really clunky. Is this guy just going to be AFK? Some thrilling content. I mean, if he's AFK, I will take a free win. No, he did mulligan. Yeah, he's here. Okay. I think I want to play Aichi next turn, basically no matter what. So I'm going to start with this to test for countermeasures. Okay, so that immediately suggests that it is control. I could Swordfish, close air support, attack face. Seems very weak though, especially with HMS. Like, I'd rather have Cass to buff my bombers after an HMS than oh, sorry. I'd rather have a Cass to buff my bombers after a root out than Cass to like deal 2 more damage before root out. Not attacking there because we don't know what countermeasures he might be holding. Well, we know it's not decisive, so we're just gonna get him. Okay, we saw the Africa core, so we do have to be more than a little worried about Schwalbe. As long as he doesn't ramp again. Alright. You can tell how long I've had the game open because it starts freezing a lot after games. I have no idea why, but it's like, for whatever reason, you just have to like restart the game every once in a while. Really fast queue. Okay. Combi. Is that a US? Yeah, that's a US card back. Okay, I think I'm just gonna keep HMS because it's so strong and then look for a 1-drop because it's probably mid-range. These cards are very good against mid-range. This card's not so great. We might push it to the front line. Definitely gonna push it to the front line. I mean, we're still pushing it to the front line. That is looking really good, though. Okay. This is guaranteed 3 damage Empire next turn. Well, okay, I guess he could half-track me. That seems like would be a pretty bad half-track, though. So hopefully he commits more to the board. He probably won't. If PIR buffs itself again, I might just, yeah, that's... Yeah, I'm not gonna... Empire is incredibly important in this matchup, and because of how slow the German deck usually is, you can be pretty greedy with it. So, like, for example, say I play Empire Strikes, basically the main difference is he just doesn't have this PIR anymore. And he does Combat Engineers 35T, take out a bomber. Does he run air defense? Like, surely this must be an air defense play. Okay. guess I just push and pass. I'm passing because Stars and Stripes. How odd that play was suggests to me that he might have Stars and Stripes. And like even if he half tracks something, I can still get a 4 damage Empire Strike, so I can basically deal with anything. I mean, yeah, sorry, to finish that thought, if you did 35T, kill the bomber, I'd be left with the bomber, he'd be left with a combat engineers and 35T, and then I don't have Empire anymore. Whereas here, I still have Empire in hand, and it's the Heresy got an absurd amount of value, way more than I would have expected it to. And here, because we're getting to the point where he can also just strap bombing me, or even just push up a bunch of blitz tanks, we're gonna get out the Aichi. Hellcat, okay. Pass. Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna take that out and go face. Let the reaping of value commence. This guy, it might even, what on earth? Okay. Well, that came out of nowhere. I mean, it means I'd have to be worried about significantly less blitz tanks. Does mean I have to be worried about carpet bombing, potentially. I mean, this turn's not looking great. I'm gonna test for air defense again. If he strap bombs me or carpet bombs me, whatever. So be it. I'll probably just, like, convoy next turn. And gladiator. Maybe even, well, probably not attack phase. We'll see. Strat. If he pushes, I just kill it. Okay. So we're gonna play we're gonna play out these, because they have 3 health, which means cast puts them to 4 health. And I'm playing cast before attacking in case it's just randomly in the navy. Otherwise, I don't really understand why he pushed this. I would not be too surprised to see a surrender come in here. US definitely could have the cards to fight on. Like, if he has, like, Hellcat half-track, the game's still happening. Sherman, we can do it, is incredibly slow. I should kill this. And I float 3 credits at the end. Like, he still might have stars, he might have carpet bombing. I can't just go face. It's too greedy, and looking at my hand, like, this hand is a very dominant hand. Like, assuming he's still doing, like, pretty traditional mid-range stuff, like, I don't know, maybe he starts gonna start, yeah, Raph second Hellcat. Okay, this is gonna be an Empire Strikes turn, I think. Here it's not necessarily that the board is, like, particularly good for Empire Strikes. It's not like a super wide board where I'm, like, reaping a ton of value. I mean, if he had Stars and Stripes, he would have played it. I think the fact that I have Lend-Lease in hand, and, like, I actually need to get rid of cards for Lend-Lease. I'm doing it for the tempo. So here I'm dropping him to 4. So, like, even if he is, like, if he's Stars and Stripes, he still has top deck second Raph. Could you not, buddy? Shelling trade. It's not quite lethal. Heresy. Float 4. Is it gonna be Dowding? Do I have lethal through Dowding? Not without drawing, I don't think. And if it's Dowding, I can't draw. Is it Secret Ops? Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna drop him to 1. Okay, now this game should be over. Unless he does like Persian land of the free. 26 engineers. That's a cool card. Cheerio. And actually, I was about to say we just hit peak elo, but I guess we hit peak elo last game. It was just so short. Didn't notice. This probably put us up to 2930. Yep. 70 points to go. I mean, normally I do like 4 games, but we've already done 3 games and we're not even 20 minutes in, so probably do a few more than 4 this time around. I do want to keep. I mean, I might not hit rank 1 tonight. It is kind of late already when I'm recording. I mean, when it comes to laddering, when you're trying to ladder as much and as hard as I am, if we were going first, this mulligan would be very different. You really need to just ladder when it's going well. Like, so for example, right now, at this exact moment in time, the decks people are playing against air is favorable into, the people who are online are generally higher up on ladder, so I'm getting more points per game, so I have to play less games overall, etc., etc., etc. If I do Swordfish attack, he does type 93 push, kills it. Yeah, I need to double Swordfish, I think. If he has like type 93 pulls beef, this is brutal. But, I mean, I can't do much about that. Oh. That's cool. Thankfully he did not pull beef. Yeah, I thought this card was good for a while. Double Gladiator, not what you want to see. But yeah. So it's good for me to play, because, like, who knows, maybe tomorrow meta shifted, people who are lower down, everyone's targeting air or something like that, and suddenly the win rate I was pulling one day, completely gone the next day. That actually happened. In the first video, I mentioned that, like, US mid-range was doing super, super well, and I had climbed a ton of points. I think I pulled an 86% win rate on my first sort of laddering day. I pulled an 86% win rate with US mid-range. On the next day, I pulled a 60% win rate. That is a really, really good draw. We have to play it. We're playing the Gladiators, which means we're not convoying, but that's fine, because we have a pretty good board. So yeah, might not hit rank 1. Please, 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 that's fine. If that hit the Swordfish, that would be tragic. I just slam Spitfire. So yeah, and if my thoughts seem especially rambling in this episode, it is because I have been playing cards for, like, a lot. Let's just leave it at that. I've played a lot of cards today, so This is actually, I can tell you, this is game 126 of the day. So, whole lot of cards. So I'm kind of losing it, but today I am up. If we look back at where I started today, I'm up 150 exactly right now, and I'm up almost 200 from my lowest point today. Because I did lose, as I mentioned in the intro, I did go on a bit of a losing streak at one point. Okay, so this is getting traded out, and I kind of just want to get him for 6. Bike. Okay, does the 22nd. Okay, that's actually a very good trade for him to take, because he would be dead otherwise. Ooh. Okay. I'm not gonna go full face, because that's a good way to lose. That's going face, though, for sure. And do I take out the bomber? He's played Audacity. That came off of Audacity, so I don't really have to worry about that potentially buffing other Audacities. Maybe face is correct? I mean, I have lethal through Sendai. Okay, that's game. Hit him with the Cheerio. And RN Gek is out of here. Yeah, that was a fun game. It sort of put the pressure on the Jaguar, and he was playing something interesting and new. And most importantly, he was not low down on ladders, so that's a +7. We take those. So, might do one more, and then, yeah, I'll, like, edit it, and upload it as I play more. Maybe 2 more, depending on how long the game is. And then there might be 1 more in this series. I started this series very late, into the month, but this is going to be a reoccurring series, so there will be more episodes of these next month, and probably a lot more of them. Well, these all suck. It doesn't really matter. I keep a record of people I play against, in case I queue into them twice, so I'd like have an idea of what they're playing. It does not matter what he is playing, because I was full mulliganing that hand either way. That hand was awful. Also, I just don't think I've played against this guy. So it is air. I can take that out incredibly inefficiently, but I can take it out. That is fugly. That is particularly fugly. I think I do it, because the alternative is passing. Yeah, I was worried about Gladiator. So here's the thing. This trade is happening always. If I play HMS Illustrious, it's pretty good. Unless he has Piracy, in which case it's really, really bad. With double Lend-Lease already in hand, I'm tempted to play it slightly more, risky, in a manner of speaking. Okay, Convoy is a good-ish sign. I mean, now makes me not want to Empire Strikes. That's a very good draw. Because that lets me take out the Gladiator. I don't have to risk Heresy shenanigans. I mean, I guess I just cast double trade. I really, really, really do not want to. I could just pin pass. That seems highly risky. I could do pin cast pass. That seems marginally better. This brings it out of air sub range. And I can fake Ultra. I suppose he could fake his own Ultra right back at me. Plays his own Cass and Convoy. Okay, I mean, I'm still... No, this is bad, because now he keeps the... Yeah, I mean, if I knew I was going to top deck a Convoy, I would have just traded with the Spitfire last turn. And if I knew he was just going to do another Convoy of his. This is kind of rough. Ooh. That's very bad. Especially with HMS, or with my own Empire Strikes gun. Okay, we need to go straight for the Lend-Lease. That's very big. That is very big. That's pretty good. Next turn is probably going to be Gladiator. Shelling. That's very bad. Okay, I'm on 6 health. And I think I surprise attack, despite having the Swordfish Empire Strikes. I'm going to surprise attack just because I'm scared of his Empire Strikes, and I want him to play out more cards. Is that his third Convoy or fourth Convoy? Okay, airs up Gladiator. Wellington. Please no Wellington. Swordfish. Cass. This is bad. Especially if he's holding Ultra. That's fine. Unless he's holding Ultra. So I have two choices. I can play around Ultra. Okay, he has... I think there's a low chance he has Ultra. Or at least there's no reason to suspect he has Ultra. So this is happening, this is happening. I can Convoy Empire Strikes, trade out one Swordfish. He's left with a 2-1. Or I can Aichi Empire Strikes and it full clears. Unless he has Ultra, in which case I lose. I think I have to go for the Aichi play. And... Yep. Yeah, so I know he has 2 cards in hand. So, like, his hand looks like 4 cards, but 2 of them are surprise attacks. So it's important to think about his hand as a 2-card hand. And he's played a lot of Cass, so it's not like he is not it's not like he could reasonably be holding back a Cass, and his board was full, so it's not like he's holding back a unit. I think I'm gonna Lend-Lease. Yep, glad I Lend-Leased. Do I just put the damage in? Probably. It's still a decent chance we lose. Like, you can always, like, just Wellington Kitty Hawk me, or something like that. His HMS is gone. He's never played an Empire Strikes though, but he could be low on bombers. We also don't know if he's running RAF. Okay, that's the 4th convoy. Monty here is very good in case he just floods the board, especially if he floods the board with fighters after a pin. Surprise attack, swordfish, double surprise attack? No, or he's presumably pinning 2 cards to stay alive. No, taking it out. Okay, he's at 1. That's very weird. He's got an albacore to take this out. Kitty Hawk. Okay, so we're... Cass is lethal, Empire is lethal. So I think the air sup is coming out anyways. Cass is still lethal. Crap. So this is happening. This is happening. And this is happening. And I'll play out a Sonya, because the effect might matter, and if it's not going to matter, the health shouldn't matter. So, like, if it sticks, I would rather have the effect than the blank text of Swordfish, and if it dies, I don't think it's going to matter. Gladiator Sonya, IG, okay, Cass. He's dead because of the Sonya. Heresy. Naval Supply Run number 2, and he's dead. GG. Got him. Assuming I can properly attack face. Interesting. Double Naval Supply Run. Alright. For the sake of keeping things around a general same length, because this video is currently running a little shorter than the others, I'll play one more. Also, just because I'm going to be playing a bit more anyways, so might as well record it. That was a +6, so another good one. I mean, certainly closing the gap under Admiral much faster than I expected. 4, 3, 5, 4. Okay, 4, 3, 5, 4. What do I have? Nothing. Have not played this guy before. Okay. Maybe I want to keep theirs up. Soviets typically just have absolutely no answers to bombers. I'm gonna keep the air. There's been like a rash of the Soviet aggro on ladder today. Like I've seen a ton of Soviet aggro after seeing absolutely none. It's very bizarre to me how sometimes certain decks you'll go like months without seeing it, and then just like that, everybody's playing it. That was supposed to be a snap. I can't really snap. We'll start with the Swordfish, because there's worlds where like sickles could matter, or in a couple turns, like a pushed up reserves plus buff by... Really? Okay. That seems odd. I'm assuming he's gonna do deep operations, and that's the point, is to just get 6 blitzers in his hand. That guy's gonna die. I'm actually gonna play out Gladiator because well, first of all, I doubt he's running Scorched Earth. If he's running Scorched Earth, I mean, he's running Scorched Earth. Okay. Yeah, I was playing a Gladiator so I can push it up, which is exactly what I'm gonna do here. I think I just take one out. Against tokens, it's really important to, one, never let a infantry survive in the front line that can attack under absolute no circumstances, and two, try to situate yourself to respond to waves of enemies in any given situation. Because like sometimes they'll do, I mean, all the reserves and the beginning and the deep operations, all that shenanigans, and you'll think it would be fine. Triple frontal assault, dude, chill. Yeah, and like you think it's fine, and then next thing they do no surrender into no surrender, and you can't kill all of them, and then they play alliance, and suddenly you're screwed. Triple frontal assault, and we have the surprise attack in case he buffs this guy. Like if he does like a unity of strength. Honestly, just like playing alliance here would be really annoying for me. Pass. Okay. Well, we're certainly not playing the Empire. I think I'd rather use the surprise attack. And I mean, kind of want to go face. Okay, so if this guy had Stars and Stripes, he would have played it last turn. So I think I can reasonably play Sonya. On the other hand, I am going to hold it back because I might need to do Wellington attack for the buff. Or sorry, play Wellington to attack with a just like higher attack thing. That is the 4th frontal assault. Draw 2. That's depressing. Well, I mean, it makes sense why he played frontal assault on 2 because he had, I mean, the rest in his hand. Cass would be nice. So just take these out. I mean, we can pretty consistently deal a 5 damage Empire Strikes no matter what happens. I mean, unless he does Stars and Stripes, but we'll have issues if he does Stars and Stripes, and that's just game. So, think I'm going to end the video there, so I can start working on uploading it. Thank you very much for watching, if you made it all the way through. I hope you are enjoying this series, and yeah, YouTube things, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you very much, and good night.